Hi, this is Carol Conlon, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about using LIfeWeaving Dowsing to help understand both spiritual and earthly relationships. The spiritual connections start out with the soul family. And there are many soul families, and you can look at them as a flower with petals. And each petal is called the flame family. And that's just a smaller group. And the flame family is the group that you'll be working with most during lifetimes. They're the ones that you will marry, the ones you will screw over problems. They might become your children. They might become your parents. So we work with them lifetime after lifetime in very close connection, which is why when you're walking down the street, you sometimes will see somebody and go, I know you, but I don't know where from. And that deja vu is often that one of those other flame family members coming back. The flame or the soulmate that everyone is looking for is the exact split of the soul to the male, female, the yin, the yang. And at some point, there were 9 souls in this flame, and they all split into duality to go off and see the universe. And that's when all our problems began. So we take these people who are looking for their soulmate during a lifetime, and usually that's kind of a difficult problem because we've got 2 halves of the whole. They're opposites. They both have their own individuality at this point, and to come together means one or the other has to let go in order to merge, or they both have to let go in order to merge. So it can cause a lot of problems if you do indeed meet your soulmate. The other 16 in this flame family are close relatives spiritually, but it's not as crazy as if you meet that second split. Okay, and then when we're in a lifetime, we are doing lessons. And sometimes we need help to get them done. So we turn around and ask somebody, usually in our flame family, for help. And one example would be if you have gone many, many, many lifetimes and you've never experienced poverty, this is an important lesson that needs to be learned. And so you look around and said, I can't do it on my own. Will somebody help me, please? And one of your flame mates will usually reluctantly raise their hand and said, I'll do it. So later in life, you've incarnated, grown up, you've got money, and this other soul is going to incarnate, work their way into your life, and screw you out of your money. And now you know poverty. You've also developed usually karma with this other person because we forget that we've asked for the lesson, and it becomes a problem. So one lifetime after another, we're working on developing karma, clearing karma. And the grateful thing now is that as we get closer and closer to ascension, we're almost there, and karma is pretty immediate. There's less of it to deal with. Little old stuff, but that's it. Another relationship I like to look for, especially if I'm working with couples, is one of them a guardian angel to the other? And because spirit is infinite, we can do that. We can be both incarnated. We can also be a guardian angel in spirit. And if only one half of the couple is the guardian angel, the other person can take total advantage of them because as an angel, it's like do no harm, protect from harm, can't let any harm come to him. And so you want to, I always like to disengage that kind of a relationship and make sure both of them are guardian angels to each other. That's usually a safe connection. And then on the earthly level, I'm always looking for cords and attachments. A cord is where someone from outside is sort of like stuck a straw into your energy field, and they're sucking away and depleting your energy. The attachment is when a person is attached to somebody outside themselves. It drains energy from that other person. So the idea is that we don't want that to happen. You'll know you've been courted if 1 minute you are just feeling great and you meet up with someone, and within seconds, all you can think of is, I've got to go to bed. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I wish they'd go away. What's happened is that they are just draining energy. It can be a conscious thing or it can be subconscious. If they're really, really hurting, if they're in a bad way, you're likely to get courted. To be aware of that, if it does happen, the fastest way to clear it is just to sweep your hands down across your body, front of your body, and just say, cut the cords, cut the cords, cut the cords. And that, because they usually attach to the chakras, and that will do it. And then next time you see them, be cautious and be sure to test afterwards. Make sure you don't have cords again. Another thing that's important to test before a session is what frequency or level of consciousness somebody is. The higher the level, the better. The higher the level, the more they're going to understand, like what you're doing with life weaving and energy work. The lower the level, they're going to run. So even before you meet with somebody, especially if it's a client, test. Find out what's their level of consciousness. Right now, I use 10 as my ceiling number, and I just test where are they at, 0 to 10, and it'll be like 9 and then 0.1. Okay, fine. They're at a high level. We can talk. I don't have to hide anything. And you kind of get an idea of how you can work with them the best. And that's cool. The one last thing I always like to do that's on the first chart, which I don't have right here, the power chart, is to test archetypes with people. And again, this is mostly when I'm dealing with couples or having cleared energy between people. Once that happens, according to the charts, according to the dowsing, everything looks really nice. And yet there's just a little hesitancy in that other in the person you're working on when they think about who we just cleared. So I started testing the archetype chart. Now, archetypes are like mini job descriptions. Father around the world should be one who protects and provides for. The mother is nurturing, safety. So all these archetypes could come up. And sometimes we get stuck in one or the other when we are dealing with people, and those dealings from other lifetimes can come in and also affect us. And I talked about the boss and the employee, the thief employee, that's the archetype. So you want to, once you've done a clearing with folk, check with on the archetype circle, how do they see that person we just cleared? And if it isn't neutral, if it goes to any anything on that chart, you want to clear it with LIfeWeaving and pull them back to neutrality so that the next time they meet, at least they're starting on a neutral footing. It'll save a lot of challenges. It really will. So those are a few ways that I work with LIfeWeaving to look at both spiritual and earthly connections between people. And it does work. It's great. If you are interested, I'm Carol Conlon. You can learn more at carolconlon.thinkific.com, and the address is here on the card. There are more classes on LIfeWeaving. There's more free information on LIfeWeaving if you want to learn more. Call me if you're interested in a session. And there are more tips and info on my YouTube channel as well. Have a good day and take care of all your relationships.